Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, yes, we've got His Excellency Lawal, Governor of Zamfara State, here in the studios with us. Good morning, Your Excellency. Thank you for coming on today.
Good morning, Shamali. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so before we go on, we understand there's a development going on right now in Abuja. Some members of staff of Ministry of Defense.
Yes, indeed. We're seeing that developing story, of course, from the Ministry of Defense. That protest you're looking at there is from the Joint Executive Council of the Ministry of Defense. They've shut down the headquarters of the ministry over alleged brutalization of civilian staff by soldiers. And that protest is led by Didam Joel, who's the president of the Joint Executive Council of the Ministry of Defense. So that's going on right now. Our correspondent is, of course, there to give us the details. Maybe in the course of today, we'll be able to get exactly what's going on. But we're seeing that happening right there from the Ministry of Defense right here in Abuja.
All right. What does they say never cease? Well, Your Excellency, let's talk about Zamfara. I know that you had a 6-point agenda in terms of what you wanted to achieve. And one of the things that easily will stick out is security.
Absolutely.
We do know that, in fact, you know, when people from a distance keep wondering what exactly is the issue in Zamfara. For instance, checking you out, I mean, you got a PhD in biz admin, so you're not a spring chicken in some of these things, but people can't still understand why is the security situation in Zamfara still what it is today?
Well, Shema, let me say this is something that has been ongoing for the past 12 years. The security challenge in Zamfara State, and which is the banditry issue, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and so on and so forth. It's unfortunate the way things are. And sometimes you even wonder what kind of human beings are we? Because when you look at the situation in Zamfara, it's the same people, same culture, 99% same religion. What exactly are they fighting for? That is a $1 million question. I can understand if you talk about Boko Haram, maybe they believe in certain religion. If you go to Niger Delta, they are fighting for economic reason. What about Zamfara? That is a $1 million question. It's something we inherited, and we're doing so much to make sure we take care of the situation. Part of which I did was to set up the Community Protection Guard, which is an internal arrangement, though passed by the State Assembly, to help the conventional security in taking care of some of these challenges. We recruited over 2,540 staff across the 14 local governments because they understand the terrain and they know the people there. And they're doing very well as we speak.
I looked at several states that have set up one security outfit or the other for 5, 6, 7 years ago. And one thing that appears to stick out is some sort of helplessness. And so the governors there have got to just step in and do something. Why did you set this up? Did you feel helpless?
Well, I would say that it is something that you know clearly that we as governors, we don't have control over the military. We don't have control over the police, as well as the civil defense. In most cases, you get frustrated in terms of where do you get help from? When you needed these people, there will be nowhere to be found. And therefore, the best thing to do is to set up that kind of security outfit. And honestly, for us in Zamfara, they're doing exceptionally well.
Security agencies, because I mean, the narrative they always say is that, look, we're routing these bandits, we're doing what we can. But if you say they're nowhere to be found, how do we reconcile that?
Let me say this. There's a lot of political undertone in these security issues. Some, you find it very difficult even to come out and say this. But I know what we're going through. Like I said, sometimes you're really helpless. When you need them, they're not there. Or even when they're there, they were given certain instructions on what to do and not to do. That is the true situation
Wow.
we're facing.
Does it mean that, because if you say they're giving certain instructions, so if that was not the case, are you saying that we can actually rout these bandits in no time?
Chamberlain, let me say this categorical. If we're committed, if we're serious, you can take up this situation within 2 weeks, maximum.
2 weeks?
I'm telling you, in 2 weeks, you can take up this situation.
I want to be able to understand.
But the political will is not there.
What's happening, really? I have heard you complain that negotiations are going on with bandits behind your back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who is negotiating with the bandits in your state behind your back? And why are you not being carried along with this?
That is the $1 million question. And at a point, I had to really come out and say it clearly, because while we're trying to take care of the situation, somebody, somewhere, somehow, behind our back is negotiating with the bandits. As a governor of a state, without my knowledge,